Americans anxiously waiting for the COVID-19 vaccine rollout can take heart, as the vaccine distribution is about to go into fast forward. The Trump administration has made some strategic changes, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar said at a press briefing Tuesday. "We're telling states today that they should open vaccinations to all of their most vulnerable people. That is the most effective way to save lives now," he said. Those who have pre-existing conditions that put them at risk of infection from the virus, and all those aged 65 and older, are to be immediately eligible to get the vaccine. At present, vaccine doses are allocated to states based on the number of total adults, but this will change over the next 2 weeks to instead the number of people 65 years and older living in each state. This new allocation system gives states a strong incentive to ensure doses are going to work, protecting people rather than sitting on shelves or in freezers, Azar said at the press briefing. "We need doses going to where they'll be administered quickly and where they'll protect the most vulnerable." Senior officials announced that the second dose of the vaccine will now not be held back in reserve. "Because we now have a consistent pace of production, we can now ship all of the doses that had been held in physical reserve," Azar said. "We're now making the full reserve of doses we have available for order, and we are 100% committed to ensuring a second dose is available for every American who receives the first dose." President Trump has called the second impeachment move against him a continuation of the greatest witch hunt in the history of politics. He spoke to reporters on Tuesday as he boarded Marine One at the White House for a trip to Texas, and said the move to impeach him was absolutely ridiculous and was causing tremendous anger. The Democrats are determined to lay a second impeachment onto President Trump, and in the next few days will attempt to make him the only president in history to be impeached twice. On Tuesday evening, a vote will be taken by the House, with a resolution from Democrat Rep. Jamie Raskin from Maryland is asking Vice President Pence to remove Trump from office using the 25th Amendment. Pence is expected to refuse to go along with them, so their plan is to then move forward with their impeachment move. On Monday, objection to the Raskin resolution was unanimous by Republicans, but Pelosi and the House Democrats will not be deterred in their quest to impeach the president. The House will next take up the Raskin legislation in regular order to call upon the Vice President to activate the 25th Amendment to remove the President, said Pelosi. "We're further calling on the Vice President to respond within 24 hours after passage." She added, "As our next step, we will move forward with bringing impeachment legislation to the floor. The President's threat to America is urgent, and so too will be our action." Representative David Cicilline, Democrat from Rhode Island, took to Twitter on Monday and declared that Democrats now have the votes to impeach Trump for incitement of insurrection. Among those who may turn against the president is Republican Liz Cheney from Wyoming. She has often criticized the president. House Minority Leader S across our conference who have raised at least 4 potential avenues available to the House to ensure that the events of January 6 are rightfully denounced and prevented from occurring in the future. Freshman Representative Matt Rosendale from Montana called the 25th Amendment resolution a disgraceful episode of political theater. Other Republicans refusing to go along with the witch hunt against the president are Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey, who was previously a Democrat, and also Matt Gaetz, from Florida. With President Trump to officially leave the White House on January 20, even with Democrats' desperate bid to impeach him, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said any impeachment trial couldn't be looked at by the Senate before January 20. It would seem to be an exercise in futility, again showing the hatred Pelosi and some of her cohorts carry for the president. Kevin McCarthy has told GOP House members that he opposes impeaching the president. In a letter, he said he fears it is going to cause even more division among Americans, reports Fox News. "Personally, I continue to believe that an impeachment at this time would have the opposite effect of bringing our country together when we need to get America back on a path towards unity and civility," McCarthy said. Thank you for watching and please like and share.